Hey there, Libra Sun, Libra Moon, Libra Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. It just wants to keep moving. Okay, so here I'm going to cover the sun sign season of Sagittarius. That would be November 21st through December 20th. I want to invite you, if you have not already viewed the weekly video that I just put out, I will link it in the description box below, for December 16th through the 22nd, because if you leave me a comment on that video before Saturday morning, I will be doing the video for next week, and I will pull a card special for you. So if you leave me a comment so that I have your name, that would be excellent. Okay, so what I just did was I pulled a card to give us the overall energy for you during the sun sign season of Sagittarius. Oh, and before I forget, could you like this video? And I would love to hear your comments here too. So you have Divine Child. Divine Child. Innocence, purity, redemption. Suggests a special connection with the divine. The Divine Child. So this feels very much like feeling like that childlike innocence about life, and about seeing and finding the beauty in the things around you. But it also feels like inner child work. Maybe this is a great month to remember that maybe you weren't loved by your parents the way you would have liked to have been loved, but you can always love yourself that way. So go have some fun with your inner child. What would spark up some joy in your life? And do that. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get into the cards, and we'll see how that relates to that as we go. If you've never been here before, I will walk you through it. I have my own spread here, so let's go ahead. Get you down here so you can see what's going on. Okay, so the first card that comes out, that will be the key to the situation. It's in the heart space, okay? And don't worry if they come upside down. I'm going to turn them right side up. That was the deal I made with Spirit before I started. So we're going to do thoughts, feelings, actions, past, present, future. And then I assigned a Lenormand card. Whoa, that's not okay. I don't like that. I assigned a Lenormand card house to the different spots just to help me to be able to figure out, get a little more depth in what's happening here. And then I have clarifiers that we will use for each of the different sections. Okay. Wow. Oh, okay. Okay. So, overall energy we have for you for the month is this orphan. I'm sorry, the never-ending story. Looks like the orphan a lot. Okay, the never-ending story. The never-ending story is that story that you keep telling yourself. Okay, so let's go back to the Divine Child. I don't know why I felt the need to say the thing about your parents. So when we are small, there are stories we are told by our parents who may or may not have known how to tell us that we were amazing, who may have instead thought they were trying to teach us to protect us, so we wouldn't get run over by life. So, you need to work hard. You're not doing that right. You got to do this better, but not to be mean for the most part. The majority of them did it because that's what they knew, and it was the way that they always found to be beneficial in making sure that you would have the skills you needed as you went through life, so that you would be prepared so that you could be successful, right? Because the big goal was always to make sure that our children had better lives than we had, and we were told that if we work hard, we could improve our lives. And so this never-ending story of telling yourself that you're not good enough is when you're a Libra, that's really hard because, you know, if you're constantly hearing what you're doing wrong instead of hearing in at least equal balance, if not much more, all the things that you're doing right, then it can get really out of balance for you, and Libra needs to be in balance. Right? You need to be balanced. And so this never-ending story, this story that you keep telling yourself that you're not good enough, that you're not worthy, that you just can't make it happen, that you can't find love. Because what I see here is she's sitting on an hourglass and the sand is running out, but there is a heart in there. And so maybe you think you can never have the love you want. Well, part of the issue is possibly that if you do not believe yourself worthy, if you do not love yourself, if you do not receive the kind of encouragement as a child, then your bucket of love needs you to take charge and fill it up, needs you to nurture it so that now your bucket's nice and full, and then that attracts in the energy of other people who are happy and healthy instead of a codependent relationship. So remember, it's innocence and purity, redemption, and suggests a special connection to the divine. And so asking St. Michael to come and cut the cords of negative energy that are holding you back, that are allowing you to feel this energy of I don't belong, or I'm not good enough, or I'm never going to have what I want. Because here in the area of in the past, in the area of the obstacle, there's no place like home. And so I feel like you've got this image in your head of something perfect and beautiful and magnificent that you want, and you feel like you can't get it, or you're not worthy of it, or you're not capable of it, or whatever, because there's these voices in your head from when you were a child. All right, so let's start with the key to the situation. The key to the situation in the heart space is being flexible. And so I have a really good Libra friend, and I try to, this is a situation he works through a lot. I have a lot of Libra friends that work through this situation a lot. But his thing was, when I said, well, what would make the perfect relationship for you? And instead he described what the perfect girl would look like. It's just not the perfect relationship, right? And so, you know, being flexible in what you think in your heart spaces that you want, and be open to the changes and the shifts. First, allow that you're growing and allow other people to grow. And also being willing to be flexible about how, when, and where you meet people. How you talk to yourself. Because all I see are all these circles going round and around and around. And so I feel like it's the same situation going round and round and round. And I think there needs to be a willingness to do something a little different. And I really feel it has got a lot to do with you allowing that what is actually best for you isn't something you've necessarily seen from that perspective before, right? Because he's upside down. He's looking at the situation from the top down instead of from the side or straight on or whatever, right? And so getting on top of the situation and then turning, it's kind of like the Hangman card. But there's a willingness to bend with the situation and flow with it. So in the recent past, we have breathe up in the area of thoughts. And so I feel like there's been a lot of stress, and you've been trying to connect with spirit, which has got a lot to do with why the divine child is showing up here. To connect with spirit and to try to breathe your way through it. And that is all beautiful. And I'm actually a fan of that. Oh, look at this. In the area of transformation, we have new life. This is breaking out of the shell. Okay, so here, this is seeing things from a different perspective. And in order to have a new life, you're going to have to crack that shell open and see what's inside and have things new and different. It's a choice. In the future, you have all that glitters. So I want to caution you again that a relationship, and you really feel like it's a relationship, but okay, let's say it's a job or an opportunity, right? A job opportunity. Feels like relationship though. Then what looks perfect at the beginning isn't. What oh gosh, people present themselves with their masks on when you meet them, right? They don't really tell you everything about them. And that's not really lying necessarily. It's just that they're trying to get comfortable. You're trying to get comfortable. And, you know, we put our best foot forward when we're in the initial stages of a relationship, and that isn't going to be the nature of the relationship. And this is where you would need to be flexible and willing to bend, because what you think is this perfect situation, this perfect relationship, it's going to have to evolve as people get more comfortable and people let down their guard, and you get to know the real person and they get to know the real you, and how does that really work. And so if you're always expecting it to be shiny and beautiful and it's just always radiant, that's not reality of a relationship. And so being willing to understand that sometimes, you know, it's dirty and messy and gunky, and can you work through that? Can you be flexible enough for that? So what, oh gosh, okay, in the heart space, in the area of the concerns, and you have the imagination. I really feel like this feels like, and I'm okay, this is where I say always check out your sun, your moon, and your rising. This is definitely not every Libra story. So be sure to check out your sun, moon, and rising. This may not be your story this month. But for those of you who have always imagined this perfect relationship, I think it's time to be a little more flexible about what is actually something that brings continuity, balance, joy and happiness. Joy and happiness comes from within. What gives you a space to grow and be who you are, and can you allow someone else to do that also? That is a nicely balanced relationship. Oh, okay. I don't even know why I jumped there, because I usually go here. Whatever the situation is that you are in, it is not working for you. It is not working for you. It says not for you. It's a fortune cookie. Whatever this is that you are concerned about, whether it's a job or a relationship, it is not for you. And here you're thinking, yeah, I thought it was so great, but it's not that great. And that's okay. And being willing to move on, that's self-love. If it is not working for you, then that's okay. And so it's going to take truth to be told in the heart space. It's going to take you being very honest with yourself and not saying, oh, why does it always go like this? Because what you should say instead, change the narrative, rewrite the story. That is how it always has gone, but now I pick me. And moving forward, I make better choices and decisions. I can see this coming, and I'm cutting it off before I spend and waste a lot of time. And it doesn't always have to be like this, because I'm going to do the work on myself to love myself more, so that I attract people who love themselves, so they are more willing to show me who they really are at the beginning. People who are very insecure will tend to hide some of that. So, here you go. This situation, this job, or this relationship that is ending, there's going to be a need in the future to take some time to rest and heal. You have clean it up. Clean it up to me is about, it's the healing process, but it's also about you clearing the clutter, the emotional clutter out of your own life, so that you don't get caught up in this never-ending story energy, and then choosing to be happy. This is called Happy Happy. She's on an egg that has a keyhole. I thought she was holding the key, but I don't see it now. But I can tell you that you hold the key to your own happiness. So, it's not for you. Try not to let yourself sink into this feeling of, oh my gosh, I wasted all that time, and that heart slipping through the hourglass and it's slipping away. Instead, focus on this, the divine child. Innocence, purity, redemption suggests a special connection with the divine. So yes, stay in connection with the divine. Allow yourself to love yourself and allow yourself to choose to be happy and choose to walk away from what's not working for you. There was a growth opportunity in this for you. So take the time to look at that and say, okay, what did I learn? What did I learn about me? Where do I need to focus my attention on myself so that I continue to grow into my potential as a beautiful person? Look, here we go. It says, am I focused on what I want most? And if what you want most is happiness, that comes from within. So the relationship that you would focus the most on would be your connection with the divine and yourself. That one right there. One reason so few of us achieve what we truly want is that we never direct our focus. We never concentrate our power. Most people dabble this way through life, never deciding to master anything in particular. What you focus on grows. Today, ask yourself, is my life a reflection of my values? Or do I need to make some adjustments? Prioritize. So, what are your values? What actually is gold and what just glitters like gold? Can you be flexible enough to make the changes in your life through this honest discussion that you have with yourselves to get the key to your own happiness? So there are some things that are going to need to be eliminated, and there's going to be some healing that needs to happen. Okay, in the heart space, advice from Spirit, we have forgiveness. Holding on to a past hurt is preventing you from moving forward and achieving your heart's desire. Let go. Forgiveness does not mean that you condone another's actions. It simply means that you are no longer willing to be a perpetual victim to a particular person or event. Blame is a waste of your precious energy. Bless and surrender the past, for in doing so, you will reclaim the joy of life. You have blessings. Love, light, blessings. Through this card, you are being showered with angelic light. Accept the blessings about to come your way and know that you deserve to be and have all your heart's desires. You are being lovingly guided along a golden path, a magical journey through which you should discover your own true essence and infinite and eternal you. Congratulations. So in being willing to release and let go of that which doesn't work, in being willing to clean up and cut the cords of energy between the two of you by doing this forgiveness, I forgive myself and others unconditionally, I love myself and others unconditionally, by being willing to release and let go of, then you open up the door to opportunities to this happiness. So then you have invitation. We, your guardian angels, ask you to invite us into your heart. So again, this connection to the divine. Ask for the help. Ask for the guidance. The archangels stand by, ready to help you. But honestly, because of free will, they can't do anything except in extreme emergency unless you ask. So ask. They want you to ask so they can say yes, yes, yes. Okay, that's what I just heard. So we ask you to invite us into your heart. Talk to us anytime. Share with us your fears and your concerns, as well as your joys and your pleasures. There is no need to be formal, for we have known you since before the dawn of time. In fact, we know you better than you know yourself, and we love you just as you are. Usually when I get in the car in the morning, the conversation starts, because first off, I ask for guidance and protection from myself and my short patience when I'm driving. So I start there, but then I start just talking. And believe me, it's very informal. It's just like they're my friends and I talk to them. And so you're being invited to do the same thing. They are your friends. They love you. They're here to help you. They have the ability to help you in a myriad of ways. And one of the ways they're helping you right now is by letting you know that whatever the situation is not for you. And the key to your happiness is something that you hold. And it's going to take a time for you to rest and time for you to cut cords and clean up some energy. And that's how you change the narrative of your life. Wow. Okay. So, this one says homeward. Take yourself out on a date. Go for a walk in nature. Do something that you enjoy. Something that feels like breathing clear, fresh, clean air to you. Something that's just for you. You know, maybe spend the evening reading your favorite book or lounging around in a long bath or giving yourself your own mani-pedi, you know, calling up some friends maybe, but it feels more like this is time alone for you to just nurture yourself and do what you need to do for yourself and love yourself and know that you are loved. And then you have gardens. Something lovely will grow from this. Whatever this is not for you. Well, what's ahead has so much potential if you're willing to forgive, if you're willing to love yourself and others unconditionally. So that looks pretty good. Okay, one more card. I see one more card, but I never really know. Spirit just kind of does what Spirit wants to do. And that's okay. So one last piece of advice for Libra. Ooh, one card. Passion and pleasure savor your life. Do something for you, right? Something beautiful is going to come. Go have some fun. Take yourself on a date. Find something that you love doing. You know, this looks like being willing to, you know, sing and dance in your house and build a fire just for you and sit and relax in front of it and drink some tea and just relax. Choose yourself. Choose to be happy. Okay? Not this. This. All right? All right, so be sure to leave me a note, a message on this week's video. This would be great too here. But on the video for the week, it's in the link. It's linked in the description box below. I can almost talk. And I will look forward to pulling a card for you and seeing what else Spirit has to say. You guys take care, and we'll talk soon.